If you're playing ARK in 2025, you are either playing on ARK Survival Evolved, which is the old version, or you're playing on ARK Survival Ascended, which is the updated version in Unreal Engine 5. And if you're playing ARK Survival Ascended, the current state of servers is very different to how you may used to know it. Now, I'm not saying the structure of it, it's still official servers, it's still unofficial servers, it's still single player, it's still dedicated. That side of things is still exactly the same. But many players choose to play the old version of the game if they play a certain mode. That certain mode is PvP, and today we are diving into another bunch of servers that are going to be shutting down in ARK Survival Ascended. If you do enjoy today's video, as always, smash that like button and subscribe if you're new around here, as it really supports me, and let's dive in with the video. So on the 20th of May, we will be jumping into the post shortly. There is going to be the next bunch of servers that are shutting down on ARK Survival Ascended. Now, if many of you guys may be like, what's going on? What servers, Dom? What's going on? Why is this happening on ARK and stuff? And this has just become the norm for ARK Survival Ascended recently. And does it come a little bit down to player count? Yes, it does, but not for the PvE side of the game. That side is thriving more than it ever has before. Now, most of these servers that are closing down do seem to be all related to PvP, and I'll show you exactly what servers. I will go through it slowly. You guys can pause the video or something at any point just in case your server's there and you actually didn't know about it. It is a shame to see this is the way the game's going at the moment, and the game is going to be in this same state for at least another year, maybe two. I can't really see it getting out of this until all of the major maps have come out, and obviously we're waiting on the Unreal Engine 5.5 upgrade. But there's many factors to why ARK's in this situation at the moment. There's still a lot of people that play it, but it has slowly started to see a little decline in players again recently because of the lack of content. So we've actually jumped into Community Crunch. I think it was 451. And a lot of people didn't see this because there was so much in this, Unreal Engine 5.5, Ragnarok news, that's massive for the ARK community right now, Asterisk transfers, and as you can see here, inactive official server depreciation. Now this is something that has been going on for ARK Survival Ascended for a while, and this is what's going on. So, hey survivors, after careful assessment of our data, we've opted to commence the process of sunsetting a selection of our inactive official servers. Our goal is to ensure that we're always delivering the best possible experience, and our official servers exist to give a community a shared space to play without the need for private hosting. When we launch fresh content, typically we put up more servers than we need in the long term to match the peak in user capacity. Over time, these servers become ghost towns as players have dropped off, and are waiting for the next major content release. On May 20th, we will be sunsetting these inactive servers, and we still intend to provide larger capacity at launches as much as possible to meet the higher need during those periods, and we're working with our partners at Nitrado to offer these saves after the scheduled sunset through Nitrado's interface. Please stay tuned for more details. So as you will see on your screen right now, these are all of the servers that will be shutting down. I'm going to scroll through them very slowly just in case you want to pause the video at any point, and it will explain to you guys what servers are shutting down. And there is a big pattern, like I mentioned, with these servers as we scroll through them, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to be talking a little bit just about the game in general. But let's keep scrolling down slowly but surely so you guys don't miss that your server could potentially be there. And as you can see, that is the full list of servers. So that should have given you guys enough time to pause it there. What is it? PvP, 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 PvP. There is a few PvE here, but then it's PvP, 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 few PvEs in there, but it's all PvP. The main reason for this is a lot of the PvP players don't enjoy the new version of ARK Survival Ascended, and that is mainly due to a lot of the way the characters were made in the new version compared to the old version. I did actually speak to Bam on Twitter, who is a big PvP YouTuber, and he gave me some reasons why they don't enjoy the game. And one of the biggest things was about the how the character actually move, like kind of how the character is in the game. Like they've changed it, and the way, you know, the movement. I think a lot of that is a lot of the reason, and there's so many other reasons why a lot of the players don't like it. I think it stopped some of the things they used to do in the old days with PvP, and it is a shame because I never really knew the world of PvE when I was younger. Like, it was only for me, it used to just be PvP, and it was the same for a lot of ARK players, and I guess people did get to a bit of a stage where they might have just been done with it because it took up a lot of time, and a lot of people are like, I don't know if I could go through that again, you know, like spend so much time on PvP. So that's why a lot of people choose to move to PvE. But the difference is, once you've grinded through PvE, you do kind of get a bit of an exciting feeling to be like, you know, maybe it's time to jump into PvP. And that's why in the LoadedCrysis cluster, we decided to open up a PvP cluster that's still growing. We still got lots of work to do on it, but to give you guys back that feeling of PvP, because that's how much people want it. They're going back to the old game of ARK to host their own private servers there to play it on the old version without any dev support. So it is just down to the players themselves. Something else I notice is that a lot of the Scorched Earth servers are closing down, as you can see, and it does seem to be like Scorched Earth has become a bit of a ghost town. And to be honest, since I've started my cluster it properly started in October, and as we have done an Aberration launch, which it's hard to get information from that, but like into like having the center, like no, the center was first, but you know, we had the center added and Extinction came out, you know, we had Scorched Earth added in. We're now at a point where we've got all the maps, and what obviously we're getting a vibe of what's happening with ARK is people are slowly going towards the maps they truly only do enjoy. But these types of maps, such as Scorched Earth, such as Aberration, and Aberration's already had loads removed from it back in the day, are just not really seeing as many players anymore. And I know this has kind of been the case over the years, you know, they weren't always the most popular maps, but it is a bit of a shame to see kind of the state we're in with the game right now. And I know it's going to get better again. It's just frustrating that we've had to go through this because of company decisions. The best possible solution of ARK would have been, instead of doing ARK Survival Ascended, it would have been better to change ARK Survival Evolved and make that ARK Survival Ascended. Not obviously changing the name of it, keeping it as ARK Survival Evolved, but, you know, maybe calling it Remastered or whatever, something like that, I don't know, or just upgraded, ARK Survival Evolved, upgraded, whatever they wanted to call it, and keep it the same game and keep working on there. But they said they had to build it on completely new code. But just to be honest, over this whole time, it's been a really hard time since October 2023, because we've had to split content in half between still the majority that play ARK Survival Evolved, and then when a bunch of new content comes to Ascended, loads of players come back and it goes crazy for a certain amount of time, and then it drops off again because they're a bit slower to release content. And this is just the way we are with ARK at the moment, and that's the way it's going to be, unfortunately, until at least the end of the year. I do believe if Unreal Engine 5.5 helps out, that will sort of bring some players back, but that's only if it makes truly big optimization improvements and performance improvements. Obviously Ragnarok is a huge thing for this game too. Like, you can play Ragnarok on the old version, you can't on the new version. And that's the same thing I've said for months. It's just the fact that if you want to play all your old favorite maps, you can do it on the old version, and you can't do it on the new version. And that is still something I'm going to go back to many times that I've talked about, is that unfortunately, when you do a remaster for a game, I don't know how many times I've said this now, you cannot bring part of a remaster, or maybe even a quarter of a remaster, over and release that as a full game. You must do a full remaster. I still can't even believe I'm saying that. I still can't even believe it's been a thing. It's sad. We're getting there slowly but surely, but we won't truly get to the end of the remaster because we're getting more maps on top of it until 2027. But anyway, it's fine. We have to wait until December 2026 for Fjordur. But that's going to be the end of the video. There are big problems going on with, and I do hope that they can be solved in the future. I'm not the developer, so I can't do that. All I can do is talk about my thoughts and feelings on it, and hopefully in the near future it will get better. Because I do miss when we were all together as one community. I hate how we're split, and I do truly hope that one day we could all come back together again as a whole, all playing on one game. Anyway, thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.